For most of your life, you've probably been told the same simple advice about staying healthy. Just keep walking. Doctors say it, health articles repeat it, friends and family remind you to get your steps in. And on the surface, it sounds sensible. Walking feels safe, it feels achievable, it feels right. But here's the part almost no one explains to you. As you get older, especially after 60, your body changes in ways that walking alone cannot fix. New research has shown that older adults who rely only on walking often lose strength, even if they stay active. Meanwhile, those who perform simple seated strength exercises gain far more functional ability. The kind of strength that helps you stand up, stay balanced, and move confidently through daily life. Walking is good for your heart. No one is arguing that. But strength is what keeps you independent. And today, I'm going to show you why a few chair-based movements may be more important than all those steps combined. For decades, people over 60 have been told a simple rule that sounds reassuring and safe. Just walk every day and you'll stay healthy. Doctors repeat it. Health magazines reinforce it. Family members mean well when they say it. But this advice tells only half the truth. Walking is excellent for your heart, your mood, and basic mobility, but it is not strong enough to protect your muscles as you age. After 60, muscle loss doesn't happen because you stop moving. It happens because your muscles stop being challenged. When muscles are never asked to work against resistance, they gradually weaken, no matter how many steps you log each day. And it's this quiet loss of strength, not aging itself, that makes standing up harder, climbing stairs exhausting, and independence fragile. Walking helps you live longer, but strength is what helps you live independently. Relying on walking alone is not a failure of effort, it's a failure of the advice you were given. What most people don't realize is that newer research is quietly challenging this long-held belief. Studies now show that older adults who perform simple, targeted exercises, especially seated resistance movements, gain far more functional strength than those who rely on walking alone. Functional strength is not about athletic performance, it's about real life. It's the strength to rise from a chair without using your hands, to steady yourself if you trip, to carry groceries, or to get out of bed without pain. Walking spreads effort across many muscles at low intensity, which is why it feels safe. But that same safety is what limits its impact. Seated exercises, on the other hand, deliberately load specific muscles that aging attacks first. They send a clear signal to the body. This strength is still needed. The result is not just stronger muscles, but greater confidence, better balance, and a lower risk of losing independence. In other words, walking keeps you moving, but targeted strength work keeps you capable. And this is where the choice becomes personal. You can continue following the same advice you've heard for years and hope it's enough. Or you can take control and give your body what it truly needs to stay strong. The good news is, you don't need a gym, expensive equipment, or complicated routines. Small, targeted movements done consistently can change how you move, how you feel, and how confidently you live each day. If this message resonates with you, don't keep it to yourself. Subscribe so you don't miss practical, science-backed strategies designed specifically for people over 60. And take a moment to comment below. Tell us your age and where you're watching from. We read every comment, and your experience may encourage someone else to take the first step towards staying independent, steady, and strong for years to come. After the age of 60, your body enters a phase that many people are never warned about: accelerated muscle loss. This process, known medically as sarcopenia, is not rare and it is not optional. It affects everyone. Each year, small amounts of muscle quietly disappear, and over time, those losses add up to real limitations. The danger is that this decline is often invisible at first. You may still be walking every day, still staying active, yet your strength is slipping beneath the surface. Walking alone cannot stop this process because it does not place enough demand on your muscles to force them to adapt. Muscles only stay alive and strong when they are challenged. Without resistance, they shrink. And as muscle fades, balance weakens, bones become more fragile, and everyday tasks require more effort than they should. Aging doesn't take away independence all at once. It does it gradually, through unmanaged muscle loss. This is exactly why seated resistance exercises become so powerful after 60. Unlike walking, these movements directly challenge your muscles in a controlled, joint-safe way. They tell your body very clearly, this strength still matters. When practiced consistently, seated exercises help rebuild muscle that aging tries to take away, improve balance that prevents dangerous falls, and stimulate bones to stay dense and resilient. Just as importantly, they restore confidence. Strength changes how you move, but confidence changes how you live. When your legs feel stable and your body responds the way it used to, everyday tasks stop feeling risky. Standing up, sitting down, carrying objects, and maintaining posture all become easier again. These exercises aren't about fitness trends or pushing limits. They're about preserving independence. They work with your body as it is now, not against it, offering a realistic and sustainable way to stay strong, capable, and in control as you age. The first exercise to focus on is seated calf raises. And although it looks simple, its impact is profound. Most people underestimate their calf muscles, yet these muscles play a critical role in circulation, balance, and stability. Every time your calves contract, they help pump blood from your lower legs back toward your heart. As you age and these muscles weaken, blood tends to pool in the legs, leading to swelling, heaviness, and a higher risk of circulation problems. Seated calf raises directly target this issue without stressing the knees or hips. By repeatedly lifting and lowering your heels while seated, you strengthen the very muscles that keep your legs feeling light and responsive. Stronger calves also improve balance and reduce the likelihood of falls, because they are your body's first line of defense when you shift weight or lose footing. This small movement supports mobility, safety, and comfort in ways most people never realize until they regain them. The next exercise, seated knee extensions, targets one of the most important muscle groups for independence, the quadriceps. These large muscles on the front of your thighs are responsible for standing up from a chair, climbing stairs, and getting in and out of a car. As you age, the quadriceps weaken faster than most other muscles, which is why these everyday actions often become difficult long before people consider themselves old. Walking barely activates this muscle group, so it does little to stop that decline. Seated knee extensions change that. By lifting your lower leg against gravity and holding the contraction, you force the quadriceps to work in a way daily movement never demands. Over time, this restores strength, protects the knee joint, and reduces strain on the hips and lower back. Strong quadriceps don't just make movement easier, they make falls less likely and recovery faster when challenges arise. Falls are not just accidents, they are turning points. One unexpected slip can change how someone lives, moves, and even thinks about their own body. That's why this conversation matters. If you or someone you love is over 60, this information is too important to ignore. Don't wait until a fall forces action. Choose prevention while you still have control. Subscribe now so you continue learning simple, proven ways to protect your balance, strength, and independence. And take a moment to comment below. Have you ever experienced a fall or a close call? Where are you watching from today? We read every comment, and sharing your experience may help someone else recognize the warning signs early and take steps that could change their future. The next exercise focuses on an area many people overlook until pain or poor posture forces their attention: the muscles of the upper back. Seated rows with a resistance band strengthen the muscles that pull your shoulders back and support your spine. As these muscles weaken with age, the shoulders round forward, the chest collapses, and the head drifts out of alignment. This posture doesn't just look older, it compresses the lungs, strains the neck, and increases the risk of imbalance and falls. Walking does nothing to address this problem because your arms move passively, without resistance. Seated rows change that by actively engaging the back and shoulder muscles with every pull. Over time, this exercise helps you stand taller, breathe more freely, and move with better control. Strong back muscles act like internal support cables, holding your body upright and reducing daily discomfort that many people assume is simply part of aging. This is why relying on walking alone leaves a critical gap in your physical health. While walking keeps your legs moving and your heart active, it does not train the muscles that hold you upright. Your upper back, shoulders, and postural muscles are largely ignored, even though they are essential for balance, breathing, and stability. Over time, this imbalance shows up as rounded shoulders, a forward head position, and chronic neck or upper back discomfort. Many people believe this is just what aging looks like, but it isn't inevitable. It's the result of muscles that were never asked to work. Without targeted pulling movements, posture slowly collapses under gravity's constant pull. Walking may keep you active, but without strengthening the back, it cannot keep you aligned. And when posture suffers, so does balance, confidence, and the ability to move safely through everyday life. Now we come to the single most important movement of all, the sit to stand. This is not just another exercise. It is a direct measure of how well your body is aging. Your ability to rise from a seated position without using your hands reflects the combined strength of your legs, hips, core, and balance systems working together. When this movement becomes difficult, everyday life becomes difficult. Standing up from a chair, getting out of bed, leaving a car, or using the bathroom all rely on this exact pattern. The sit-to-stand trains every major muscle in the lower body at once, in the way those muscles are actually used in real life. That's why it's such a powerful predictor of independence. Improve this one movement, and you improve dozens of daily activities. Lose it, and even simple tasks begin to feel risky and exhausting. What makes the sit-to-stand even more powerful is its effect on your bones, not just your muscles. Every time you rise from a chair under control, you place healthy mechanical stress through your hips and thighs. This stress sends a signal to your bones to stay strong and dense, instead of thinning with age. For older adults, this is critical. Bone loss increases the risk of fractures, and fractures, especially hip fractures, can rapidly steal independence. Sit-to-stand movements help counter this by strengthening both the muscles that protect your joints and the bones that support your body weight. This combination dramatically reduces the risk of serious injury if a fall occurs. It also improves recovery if surgery or rehabilitation is ever needed. In a very real sense, practicing this movement is like building insurance into your body, quietly, consistently, and before you ever need it. The true power of these exercises is that they translate directly into real life. They don't train your body for the gym, they train it for living. If you want everyday movements to feel easier and safer, the actions you practice must look like the actions you perform each day. That's why this approach works. If this perspective has shifted how you think about exercise after 60, stay with us. Subscribe so you can continue building strength in a way that actually supports your daily life. And share your voice in the comments. What everyday task do you most want to feel confident doing again? Standing up, climbing stairs, or simply moving without fear? Your answer matters, and it may inspire someone else to take their first step toward a stronger, more independent future. One of the greatest advantages of this approach is its simplicity. You don't need a gym membership, complex machines, or expensive equipment to get strong again. A sturdy chair, your own body weight, and perhaps a simple resistance band are enough to create meaningful change. This removes one of the biggest barriers people face after 60, the belief that getting stronger is complicated or risky. These exercises can be done at home, at your own pace, and adjusted to match your current ability. That makes consistency possible, and consistency is what delivers results. Strength is not built in extreme moments. It's built through small, repeatable actions. When the process feels accessible, you're far more likely to stick with it. And when you stick with it, strength returns. Not suddenly, but steadily, safely, and in a way that supports your real life. What surprises most people is how little time it actually takes to see meaningful improvement. Just 15 minutes 3 times a week is enough to begin rebuilding strength, stability, and confidence. This isn't about long workouts or pushing your limits. It's about giving your body the right signal, consistently. When muscles are challenged regularly, they respond quickly, even later in life. Within a few weeks, everyday movements start to feel lighter. Standing up requires less effort. Walking feels steadier. Fatigue fades faster. These small changes add up to a powerful shift in how you move through your day. Time is no longer the obstacle many people assume it is. The real difference comes from choosing focused, intentional movement over doing more of what feels familiar. A small investment of time, used wisely, can return years of easier, more confident living. It's important to be clear. Walking still has value. It supports heart health, circulation, and mental well-being, and it should remain part of an active lifestyle. The problem arises when walking is treated as the only form of exercise after 60. On its own, it cannot maintain muscle strength, protect posture, or preserve bone density. Walking moves your body forward, but it doesn't challenge it enough to stop physical decline. True healthy aging requires more than movement. It requires resistance. When walking is combined with simple strength-focused exercises, the benefits multiply. You keep your cardiovascular health while also protecting your muscles, joints, and balance. The goal isn't to replace walking, but to complete it. When strength training becomes part of the routine, walking stops being a safety net and becomes a supplement to a body that is strong, stable, and capable. This is the core message everything leads to. Targeted resistance training is the key to aging well. Strength is what keeps you steady on your feet, protects you from falls, and allows you to move through life without constant fear of injury. It preserves your ability to live independently, make your own choices, and enjoy daily activities without assistance. Muscle and bone loss are not just physical changes, they shape how freely you live. When strength is maintained, aging becomes more manageable, more confident, and far less limiting. This isn't about becoming fitter than you were in your youth. It's about staying capable right now. Targeted strength work gives your body what time tries to take away. And when strength is protected, quality of life isn't something you hope for. It's something you actively maintain. The best way to begin is to start small and stay consistent. Don't try to change everything at once. Choose one exercise, master it, and let your body adapt. Then, when you're ready, add the next. This steady progression is what keeps you safe and delivers lasting results. If this step-by-step approach feels right to you, subscribe so you can continue building strength with clear guidance designed for people over 60. And leave a comment below. What exercise are you starting with today? And what goal are you working toward? Your response helps create a supportive community of people moving forward together. When you're ready, watch the next video, where we'll guide you through a simple follow-along routine to help you put everything you've learned into action.